Hello and welcome to another segment of Inventors Want to Know, where we take a look at some viewer-posted questions and provide relevant information based on the viewer posts. Snaggyhead writes, how do I protect myself against theft if I hire a professional to do a patentability search? That's an excellent question. Now remember, we can't discuss or advise on specifics, but let's speak to the issue in general. Intellectual property theft by patent professionals is extremely unlikely. Why? Because the risk, the damage from repercussions from such activity far outweighs the chance of gains from a client or prospective client's idea. A patent attorney could be potentially disbarred, and a searcher who gets a reputation for stealing ideas is not going to get much future business. That said, if you are an inventor with a super idea, that might not make you feel any better. So I'm going to give you 3 different techniques that you can apply to further help protect your idea while it's in the early stages. So let's introduce the 3 techniques and then we'll talk a little bit about each one. First is the non-disclosure agreement. Then we have the provisional patent application that you would file before engaging with a patent searcher. And then we have declassification. So let's talk about these 3 techniques. First, the non-disclosure agreement. This is a promise to keep your information confidential. So you would hand this to the searcher and ask them to sign it before they conduct a search on your patent idea. You can find templates for a non-disclosure agreement on the internet. As an example, rocketlawyer.com has templates you can use to build a customized NDA. The upside of this is that non-disclosure agreements are generally free and they're easy to obtain. The downside is that some professionals may refuse to sign an NDA. Also, I believe they have a limited effectiveness in that an NDA is basically an agreement to not leak your idea, but if it does leak out, then it leaks out. Even if the person who signs it might be subjecting themselves to some trouble, that still doesn't put the genie back in the bottle. If you're not familiar with the provisional patent application and or you don't have a write-up at the ready, in the description for this video I will include links to 2 other episodes, one for how to get started with a write-up of your idea and another specific to provisional patent applications. But the provisional patent application is a description of your concept or invention on file with the U.S. Patent Office. The advantage is that this establishes a date of possession of the concept of the invention, which is a powerful tool in protecting you, because if you have a provisional patent application on file before you talk to someone about searching, then at a minimum you can prove you had the idea in your possession before you contacted them. On the downside, there is a fee to file this application. The fee periodically changes, but at this time it's in the range of $100 to $300, let's say. It also takes time to write up something unless you already have something written up. It also starts a 1-year clock. When you file a provisional application, if you want to take advantage of that filing date, you'll need to follow a regular application within 1 year. You can still file a regular application after a year, but if you wait till after a year, you won't get the benefit of the filing date of the provisional. A third technique, particularly useful with the searcher, can be declassification, which is a redaction of proprietary information. Basically, you omit or hide certain details prior to giving the information to your patent searcher. The advantages are no signed agreement is needed and there's no costs. The disadvantages is that hiding those details may affect the results of the search. So let's talk a little bit more about declassification by going through an example. So here we're going to take a look at a contrived, hypothetical example. Let's take the existing cordless shaver that we've all seen. I have a great improvement, and this thing is going to be big. Let's see the details. I have invented an atomic-powered shaver. Inside, it's got nuclear material and a micro-sized reactor right here in the handle. As you can see, the benefits are huge, and I want to hire someone to do a patent search. But I have a concern in that I also don't want the searcher to steal my idea. What can I do? Well, here's my idea that I want to apply for a patent on, and so I want a search done to tell me if it already exists. However, if I provide this description to the searcher, he or she will know exactly what my idea is. So how would we declassify this idea? Here on the right you see my declassified version. I don't mention exactly what my invention is, but rather the general area it pertains to. And so the searcher can focus on the power sources used in cordless electric razors, but won't be tipped off to my atomic power source. So what do you think of my razor? I have a feeling I would not need to worry about people stealing this idea. But one thing to keep in mind, in general, the better the searcher understands your idea, the more focused and relevant the search will be. When we keep details from the search will be less focused. In this case, if I give the searcher the declassified version, they may spend time searching for different battery technologies, solar, and so forth. For a search, that might be okay. If they don't encounter my atomic-powered razors, then I may be in good shape. So to recap, theft of ideas by patent professionals is very unlikely. However, if you want to take extra steps to protect yourself, you can do a non-disclosure agreement. You can file a provisional patent application prior to engaging with the searcher. You can create a declassified information set in the early stages to reduce the distribution of key aspects of your invention. And you can actually use more than one of these techniques together. Here are two examples of a combined approach. You can do a non-disclosure agreement and file a provisional patent application prior to engaging with a patent searcher. So you could do both A and B when hiring a patent searcher. If you were going to hire a consultant, you could do both steps B and C. You could file something and then create declassified information when working with a consultant. Going back to my razor, if I needed a consultant to help me with the design of the blades, I may not necessarily need to tell them all the secrets about how it's powered with my micronuclear reactor. So I can limit what I need to share with that consultant on a need-to-know basis. If it were me, and I was going to do only one of these techniques, it would be B, the provisional patent application, because I think it gives you the most protection of the three options. But again, these are different techniques you can use to try to safeguard your idea a little bit while you're in the early stages before you have your full patent protection. And so hopefully this gives you some information to help you out in these early stages. Thanks again for watching, and hope you'll tune in to another exciting episode of Inventor's Quick Tips in the near future.